matchup this time around is going to be a TA actually second picked by Sadboys, and RRL is going up against him in this Clockwerk Invoker as well.
Yeah, they second pick the TA because once they see the matchup, they just want to make sure they got that good mid matchup. I think this is something PPD always stresses with his drafts. Like, he'll pick a mid or something early as long as they know the matchup. So assuming you have a favorable matchup, PPD will pick the hero, and TA already off to a good start, getting all 4 last hits in the first wave.
True. And keeping that pressure on. There's some damage stolen up on the top side. Fear able to keep him back, and PPD forces everybody away playing on his Clockwerk as well. So this is going to be an interesting lane up here, as you know, Monster going to need to sort of stay away from this Razor whenever possible, but he will eventually have that spear available for when the drain starts to happen.
Yes, and I like the Clockwerk pick with the Razor. I feel like there's some good synergy here. You can cogs people in with the static link. It's just like a nice combo. You generally want to have these ranged cores when you're playing as a 5-position Clockwerk in the safe lane. Like, often you see the Clockwerk with a troll, for example.
Right. The other cool thing that we've got right here is Moo is going to take a lot of damage down bottom, and actually even the Tombstone going to be dropped down as they try and burst him. These 8 stacks left of decay, and they will get that gold, but Shu's still chasing and now having to back out. But there's some interesting things going on with Sneyking playing with this Orb of Venom. He just sends his illusions in, and they just sort of whittle away and do that extra, you know, bit of magic damage onto people, slow them down. It's nice.
Yeah. Cool little idea. It's definitely interesting to see this support Naga kind of catch on as an NA staple. At least we've seen it from 4Zoomers as well. So we'll see if it has more success here. Definitely, you know, a hero of that traditionally has had a lot of success in the support role in the past.
Very true.
Oh, they don't get the D-ward bottoms. So Sadboys put down a sentry but couldn't find the enemy sentry to get rid of it before they lost their own. Oh man, this mid lane though, brutal. TA is crushing it, and similar story to last game, Sadboys just crushing all 3 lanes.
Yeah, this is really nice. I mean, this has been kind of the answer over and over again, as TA being able to just completely destroy the Invoker mid, as PPD brought down fairly low. They used the spear already though, try and force back Fear, make sure he didn't get any extra damage. So good play there by Fear, keeping PPD alive.
Yeah, I think the Razor really starts to feel strong at level 3. That's just where your damage and your damage steal really starts to amp up a bit. You almost double your damage drain rate, so I think that's where we'll see Sadboys start to kind of take control of this top lane. I mean, they're already winning it by an okay margin, but it gets really good with level 2 static win.
Okay. That'll be something to watch for sure, as meanwhile they're trying to get a little bit of a pull action going there from PPD. Doesn't quite work out, as Aikster came on in and messed with it slightly. So again, battles over control of where this lane is going to end up, and Monster having underneath this tower, at least for the moment, is definitely helpful. Well, down bottom lies Pen with being the wave being shoved in, and you know, Sneyking blocking out this camp constantly. It's really annoying for them, as I think Jenkins was talking about as well.
Yeah, they've managed to at least hold their own regardless. They've kept that dire big camp block, which is the important thing. So, you know, they'd like to be able to pull them small camp, but the big thing is making sure the enemy don't get to do this side pull, because Sadboys are basically pushing out the bottom lane with Nether Toxin, and then the way they win this lane is by doing that side pull. But Shu has made sure that it's being blocked every time, and they're going to go and move, force TP out. They'll be fine.
No Soul Rip available. Oh.
Yeah. I don't think this early Tombstone build, I'm not a big fan of it. It feeds a lot of gold. We're going to see it get picked up again. Another 125 gold going to Sneyking. He may pay the price for this one.
Getting down low, but no.
Yeah.
All right.
Top lane, meanwhile.
Extra damage going out there. Static link being used on the Aikster in the slowdown. This should be a kill here. Don't think that there's a way out of there, but it's First Blood instead down bottom where they kill Lies. Oh, and Shu is about to die as well. Wow. That is a backbreaker, and that should set up for at least 2 runes down here bottom, and it looks like Monster's gonna be able to clean up a couple for himself.
Yeah, good news, you get the 2 top ones, but I think, you know, these runes obviously do matter, and there's a reason why teams can test them, but if you're winning your lanes and your enemies are grabbing runes because they can't farm the lanes, it's a good sign. So the fact that Monster as a core offlaner has to go grab bounty runes, that's, you know, not really a place he likes to be.
Well, and you can see the biggest win is still just going to be that mid lane. The other two lanes are like slightly ahead in favor of Sadboys, but it's not like hugely pronounced. I think the kills were the bigger thing that's setting it back a little bit.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We'll see if there's any moves to be made to try and fix this. I imagine RL, once he gets that, okay, he's got the urn now. Doesn't have boots, but you know, even without boots, he could consider a rotation. I think it's a little risky. Invoker's a very slow, immobile hero until you start getting up a lot of those Wens points. So another kill attempt on top. Monster. Yeah, can't get out of this.
Just in a world of hurt, and gets blown up there. So a nice combo coming through as now they're going to try and chase down Shu yet again, and with this ensnare, it's enough to get right on top of the Undying. Drops another tombstone, and I mean, this one's just going to be cleaned up as well, dude. This is so much gold for Sneyking.
Yeah. For the deny, he will get this deny, but they've still killed two. 125 gold a pop. You know, that's like killing spirit bears. It's I think you cannot afford to be using the tombstone early on in the laning stage, because that 125 gold in the laning stage is a huge chunk of change. That's a free sell.
Yeah, absolutely. Shackles up top.
Oh, that's bad news. He speared him to the Rasta. Oh no, Rasta's like, what are you doing, mate? You just gave him free static link.
I mean, that's, you know, this is just par for the course. It's fine, you know. Off laners throwing fours under the bed. Ooh, okay. With the EMP as well.
Charges, though.
I mean, and they've already lost the troll too. I think Mood just gets away from this one.
He's gonna fight.
He can even turn. Yeah, shoot, might need to be careful here. Throws out another decay, and it looks like they're gonna leave it there. Although,
middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, I guess we wanted to play it safe, and now with Aikster CP, yeah, they probably need to get the hell out of here. Invoker's still around. Sadboys could be in over their heads.
They're trying to make a rotation now afterwards with more people, but RL finds one kill. Now the tornado follow-up, and that's going to be a failed rotation by PPD as they get 2 kills down bottom.
Good call from Invoker to make the move there. Unfortunately, that means they're going to give up this tier 1 mid tower, but you know, you've lost the lane stage. You're going to have to make some sacrifices to get yourself back into this game. So they'll TP Mars so they don't lose the tower. They just take a lot of damage on it, but good plays from 5ManMidas. And I'm a bit surprised. I thought Viper was going to turn and kill the Undying. By the time he turned, a lot more heroes had shown up, and it was suddenly a very dangerous place to be.
Tornado goes out again, gonna be able to dodge that one by PPD, and now chasing in on him. But Shackles follow up. Monster not quite level 6, that would have been huge for him. Meanwhile, the spear goes out, connects Clockwerk to his cogs. And it looks like they'll find the kill onto Aikster, but also taking down PPD.
Great tune placement.
It's really nice as the slowdown continues, but I don't think that they have any extra follow-up here.
Yeah, they get back to the high ground, kill off some zombies in there. They're in the clear, but yeah, I mean, 5ManMidas lose that fight. I like the idea to try and take that one. Unfortunately, DNM is just a bit too difficult of a kill to get, even after they burn all of this mana. Still able just to hold his own with the help of his teammates.
The other thing is, like, DNM is just on a tear. 82 last hits here at 8.5 minutes. He's top net worth, and you know, also just hanging on to that possessed mask. So he's like, he's got so many of these farming oriented items that he's just gonna explode pretty soon here.
It's a nice item for him. And Fear also doing the same thing, farmed a nice stack up top, working towards a Yule Scepter. Gonna be going for that. Pretty much, this was kind of the standard Razor build. Back when this hero was a meta pick.
Is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
They're kind of, you can see on 5ManMidas grouped on one side of the map. It's pretty hard to head down here bottom as they're going to lose the tower. But likewise, not easy to just sort of pressure in and try and take tier 1. Their heroes just aren't really built for that right now. Although they do have level 6 on Monster, Aikster just level 4, and they're going to try and make a rotation, I guess, into the jungle to find the TA maybe, or just towards mid.
Yeah, I think going to the enemy jungle gets... I mean, they've already got some good wards down around mid in the enemy jungle. They just need to find some core heroes to kill, whether it's the TA or the Razor, but Beer hugging his tower, TA doing a good job farming the triangle, but it does look like they're going to try and invade this triangle, and DNM needs to be careful.
Oh, yeah. This is scary time. Moves on over. Arena? No, they don't get in range.
I think it was just too deep as well. Like, TA probably just pops a refract and can survive that gank, and then the rotations come and you end up just chain feeding. So I think it was the right call not to go in if you're a monster.
Okay.
They're losing out on farm. Like, you make a move like that, and your opponents are farming top, farming bottom, farming their jungle. You're not feeling good right now.
No. Like, Lies is getting something hidden in these Ancients, but yeah, it's not where they want to be necessarily. And they're not even going to get the tower, actually. Moo makes that rotation over and, you know, can drop down another Toxin if he needs to. Easy stuff right here for Sadboys. Looking really good.
DNM's about to complete his Blink Dagger, so going for that over the Deso. Gonna see a more aggressive mid-game coming out from Sadboys, I imagine.
Yeah, just get all of his mana burned right there. But Blink Dagger done now at 11 minutes. Opting for that over the Deso, so wanting to get involved a little bit earlier, which does seem to be his style. Meanwhile,
Up top.
finding themselves an opening here, dropping down the wards afterwards and getting the HP drain, but PPD looks like he's gonna trade his life for it. RL wants to try and chase down Fear here. Does not have a Yule Scepter yet.
Radiant's middle
Get any
tower
purges.
is under attack.
But mid, again, the countermeasure always coming from Sadboys.
Yeah, so they could have thought about diving top and killing a Razor, but it's a very unlikely kill to get, plus the mid pressure has to be addressed.
Monster, the Blink Dagger in, tries to find him, already used his spear, in trouble and dead. EMP, so they're completely out of mana with the Tombstone on the low ground. This could be interesting, but they just don't have enough damage there. Aikster makes the rotation. This is nice for them if they can find the shackles and keep them under control. Fear trying to do what he can to slow down this pressure.
Moose getting a kill.
Move turns
Or
to
two
fight.
kills. How many kills is Moose
Find
getting?
another one. Oh my God, Moose said thank you, please. I'll take that fight.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, Viper's dream, you know, you're playing this offlane Viper, it's like, just sit there, and if you ever get caught as Viper, you're not escaping, but the best thing you can always do is just hold your ground and try to take as many with you, and killing two heroes there. Top lane, PPD and Lies fighting over the deny, and Lies will get it.
Not what you expected?
Well played by him, definitely. You can see now a 3,000 gold lead, and more importantly, 2 towers taken to just the one up top.
They're doing really well in this Razor, as is DNM on the TA. Every core on Sadboy's side has gotten what they need. Plus, they've given the Naga that bottom lane to just farm and get a decent, healthy amount of farm and net worth on as well. So it does really feel like Sadboys are getting way more out of the map right now.
Yeah, and I mean, if they get out of this one scot-free with RL not able to catch anybody, that, I mean, this is another 4-man rotation for no kills. Like, just a heads-up play, recognizing the situation, and as you said, like, they're farming basically all of this, just, you know, more than half the map at this point.
Yeah, it feels like similar story to last game where 5ManMidas, they lose the lanes because PPD has some clever outpicks and just lane matchups, and then they go for these desperation smoke moves where they smoke up 3 or 4 heroes. They're trying to get a kill here, but it still yields a dodge to Speeder.
They do have
They have
shackles and wards. This is not going to
They're
work.
fine. Yeah.
Oh my God, so much gold. Oh no, poor Aikster. He loses all of his wards and now he's just gonna be pummeled down. He's like, where'd my team go? Monster's just gonna laugh at him. Oh no.
You getting pummeled this badly, sometimes that's all you can do. But yeah, it's very much these desperation smoke plays where even if some of these smoke plays work, it's not really changing the full state of the game. Like, it's kind of the right idea where it's like they recognize they need to address some of these cores because they're getting out farm, but it's, yeah, they're just in such a tough position to begin with because of how these lanes are going.
I think that, again, this is going to be the type of, you know what would be interesting to me is if like teams sort of recorded their voice communications and then like watched it back with the replay to like see what they're thinking about and then like, you know, sort of learn from that, because it feels like there's a lot to learn from these games where like just the map movements, you know, they're one step ahead of them on Sadboys.
Yeah.
But
They might
PPD,
get PPD. I think if they want to save him, they can. They've got sleep here.
yeah, they can just turn this back around now. Hook shot out for the moment, and yeah, it looks like Sadboy's just gonna let him leave.
You know, Sneyking making sure he keeps his spot on the roster. You know, if he doesn't say PPD there, I imagine PPD may have some words for him like, you had your song there. Why are you saving me, buddy?
I have a feeling that it wouldn't be quite that kind in tone.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, when it comes to PPD, you better save him.
Yeah, that's right.
Homing in.
He's got Meteor Hammer now done on Sneyking, but another 4 heroes heading up towards the top side. 5,000 gold lead as it continues to grow. Troll at the very least has had some free farm for himself and getting towards that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, Troll's played this game just fine. I think that's definitely, you know, if you want to look back at some of the positives so far for this game, it's definitely been the way they secured Troll a pretty lane. Like, he farmed all right, and had his jungle triangle camps to farm all game pretty well protected. So it's really just the other 4 heroes being unable to connect on all these kills that they're going for.
Right. And you can see Sadboys again pressuring down bottom. They're getting set up for, you know, if this doesn't get dealt with, another possible shrine takeover before that 20-minute mark. We'll see if it ends up happening or not. But there's a lot of heroes down here bottom, and they got that Meteor Hammer ready to go.
Just looking a little bit trapped, and even just to keep Meteor Hammering this tier 2 tower, like, they don't have to save the Meteor Hammer for a team fight. They don't have sleep anyway, so
True.
they could just pressure this tier 2, and Snaking's going to do just that. Take a tier 2, grab the outpost. Suddenly this map is looking very dark and very small if you're 5ManMidas.
They're doing everything that they need to on Sadboys right now, for sure. As Fear, the one that gets the last hit. They're pressuring top at the same time. Ward's going to be dropped down, but those will be taken out by the creep wave. And that is unfortunate for sure for Aikster. As, again, they drop the Meteor down mid. Moo's able to throw out the Nether Toxin himself. And more of the map taken over while 5ManMidas trying to set up for something maybe up top here. They got Song on Sneyking at 20.
I like this TP from Sneyking. You know, he's the best hero to defend this lane. You can just send out illusions, even just with the 1 point in Riptide. And he doesn't have to stay up here. He can just TP, push out the lane, and go rejoin with his team, who do seem, yeah, they're going to make a smoke move here. I think Sadboys feel like they've pretty much got everything they need to start taking team fights.
Blink Deso done, but no BKB yet on Razor. He's building towards it.
Invoker's done well too. 3-0-1 on this RL Invoker. Unfortunately, he's just made a lot of moves, and I mean, 4 kills is not bad, but I feel like he needed to be more successful in a few of his rotations.
True. Well, maybe here. This is a good sort of formation for him. Tornado goes out, Monster. He throws the arena out, able to connect now onto the Razor, taking down PPD. Song comes a bit too late. Okay.
Yeah.
And now maybe a chase down could be coming as well. Sneyking need to back away. The rest of the zombies are still chasing here. But I don't think without another tornado, it's going to be tough for them to catch.
Yeah. And
Wise? Get it.
doesn't look like, yeah, no tornado. And into the Roshan pit. This is very bold, very brave. I don't think it's going to work, and they're going to back off.
I mean, again, like the idea of a, you know, no Song sounds good, but Clockwerk's coming back up again, and yeah, they're gonna call it off.
Hey, we're seeing 5ManMidas kind of respond to some of this aggression pretty well. Oh, Monster in some trouble. That ensnare just lasts for so damn long.
Oh no! And he used the Yules on the Naga Siren. I don't know if he didn't see Moo there or what, but he must have just been right out of vision. Oh, that one hurts.
5-second duration and snare, just completely lock him in place. Sadboys gonna respawn. It looks like maybe wait. I think they need this BKB on Fear because ideally he's kind of the frontliner, and also that just stops his static link getting broken by the spear. PPD's kind of being the one who has to frontline as a Clockwerk, and you know, he's a 5, he's the least farmed. That's why he keeps dying kind of in the front lines, or 2 fights in a row they've had to use a sleep to kind of save him.
Right. Well, and you know, he's got his Philosopher's Stone now, so as long as he's just sort of, you know, dead, he's still getting gold. He doesn't care.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think that his positioning is fine. Like, he's doing what he needs to do, but it's, you know, ideally you want to have a core as a frontliner once you come into the mid game.
RL. Oh, they don't quite catch sight there of Sneyking. He manages to get away very quick on the Naga Siren, almost 400 movement speed. Yeah. They will get him out of there.
This Naga just takes so much farm on the enemy side of the map too. Like, even in this dangerous part of the map, Snaking's just farming neutrals using his illusions, causing problems.
Oh, they didn't catch him though.
Yeah.
All right. Fred's Yule's BKB Razor Belt. All right. Interesting.
Just pops the ultimate, you know, gets rid of the ensnare, and now there's this point with the Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, the troll does pretty well against the Naga ensnare.
It's pretty neat. I think that's also, you know, it's sort of in this lineup. What do you need a BKB for? There's not really much. Everything kind of, you know, goes through it, or just isn't something that you really want to. It matters that much. Let's go for sort of one of these items that can allow you to sort of scale a little bit also, and not have to be on a cooldown. Hook shot in, catches now. Oh, good play though by Monster to keep him alive. Force staff afterwards, but the meteor hammer is going to land right on top of that Invoker. Tries to back away. The song is out afterwards, but so much damage stolen. They take down that tombstone, and well, this one's going to hurt. This one's going to hurt. They blow up that Invoker in 2 shots, and poor old Mars gets eaten alive afterwards.
Yeah, it was a, you know, they were all in on trying to save the Invoker, and I think that is a scenario where it's worth trying to save him, but unfortunately Sadboys just had the Song of the Siren come back online, and the arena to block them wasn't going to be effective when the song could just keep him in place. As an easy Roshan follow-up to Sadboys, no contested side. And it really is just a bit of an item disparity, because I like what Jenkins said. It does feel like 5ManMidas have the more standard draft. Like, they've got the playmaking mid laner who creates space, does a lot of useful utility things. They have the team fighting off laner. They have the hard carry scales. They haven't gone for these wonky picks, so it feels like if they were on even footing out of the lanes, I would actually be favoring their draft as well.
Right. Just that did not end up happening. I think particularly that counter pick of the TA, you know, mid is just, it's so devastating. And that's why a lot of times it would just be like either the instant picks like that or Lena are the ones I think of.
Yeah, and at this point things get really hard, because so much of their ability to teamfight comes down to the Invoker DMP burning their mana, but both Razor and TA have BKB now.
They can get PPD though. Get him again. Take that man down. The Sunstrike is grave.
I feel like 5-4v5 though.
Ooh. Yeah, with that BKB, why not? They're not going to dive it.
Yeah, they see them coming. They saw the Invis Naga with the ward, so I'll back off. Interesting.
Oh, wait a minute. ENM in the jungle pops a little BKB early there. That's not what they wanted.
Whoopsie daisy. Huh? Nobody saw on the enemy team, at least.
Huh.
Don't worry, DNM. I didn't see it. Didn't happen.
Oh, they also have a Blink Dagger now done for the Naga Siren. So that initiation potential becomes that much more devastating. And right now, I mean, we did talk about the Aghanims over the BKB for the Troll. He has... Oh, actually, it looks like he has the BKB coming out right now. Okay. So he'll have a way to deal with the Naga Sleep, potentially.
Let's see what the next call from 5Midas is. I think, yeah, taking team fights and fighting around Troll's BKB makes a lot of sense to me, and I'd like to see them at least try and take this fight on their high ground with their vision. Find under your ward.
All right, he's already used his axes, and looks like they'll be able to stop the pressure.
Yeah, I think Sadboys, you know, they kind of ran in, but they don't want to go in the Troll. He's the hardest hero to deal with. Even, I mean, the BKB, of course, but even without that, he's still very tanky and durable with the self-dispel. They're ideally they want to catch the backlines. They want to catch the Shaman. You can jump the Mars and blow him up, take away the team fight. The Invoker, of course, is a fantastic target, so anybody but the Troll.
Monster's in some trouble here. And the chase down is going to happen. Spear, TP out. They have the Yule Scepter. That one hurts. Never in doubt from him. Sneyking now going to drop the Meteor Hammer on his head afterwards. Back towards mid. Moo's thinking about setting something up, but decides, let's just get this kill and then head back to the meat grinder again. Oh, Lies.
I thought it was out of there.
Oh no, and now they caught Lies as well. They can save the hook shot. Hogs gonna wear off here. Pushes back the Troll. Can't BKB TV because of Clockwerk, who's jetpacking away, up and away on the high ground. Lies is gonna be chased down. Ooh, okay, deafening blast. Atos comes out afterwards. Dispel comes. Sneyking wanting to chase this one. Has another ensnare. Catches onto Lies, able to dispel that one too. Slow down onto Aikster. Fear still wanting to chase. Looks like he's going to give up his life for the cause as Tornado goes out the hook shot. Catches midair on PPD.
Another ensnare though. Looks like they'll get one more kill. It's just the supports in the end, but see how annoying this troll can be to deal with. The question is going to be, do 5ManMidas have the damage though? Because it feels like Troll's being tired, so even if they can't kill him, they're preventing him from doing damage because he cannot fight into Razor. The static link, if needed, can always be saved to soak up the Troll's damage.
And he's got so many defensive options right now on Razor as well. Like with the BKB and the Yule Scepter, even if he gets jumped on, it's like they're not going to be able to kill him in time. Fear. Got eyes on Lies. Force Staff Yule's mid-force. Nicely played by Fear there. And Elf can get a Lotus Orb dropped onto his head. That allows him to back away afterwards.
Yep, he does it, gets himself out of there. Sadboys just doing what we saw them doing for pretty much the last 10-15 minutes, which is just controlling the enemy side of the map, making the map feel small and dark for 5ManMidas.
Oh, he's rooted again. DNM just explodes. That was as the Aegis expires. Tombstone dropped down the high ground, but Sadboy's just gonna walk away from it. And they're playing this super clean right now. Everywhere that they go, they can just find a quick and easy pick off. And they're even sending in these illusions to deal with that Tombstone again. Up on the high ground, they're now chasing for more. Aikster, they have all this lockdown, but Fear has the BKB, blows up one, now turning on to the Undying as Shu will die. Ward's cleaned up. Sadboys are just rocking it.
Yeah, I think Sadboys have kind of answered any of the questions about, you know, are they going to be a little bit too cocky? I think they're probably one of the best teams when it comes to playing from ahead. They don't take any risks. It feels like they never give you a single opening to get back into the game when they're playing with a lead. Their game time is much longer. You compare it to Undying. Undying's like, we're gonna win games in 20 minutes, 22 minutes. Sadboys, their game time average is like 30 plus right now, but that's because they just secure the win, no matter how slow and methodical it is.
Everybody just heads back out, goes and farms the rest of the map, keeps 5ManMidas in the base. It's like super clean Dota for sure. And now getting that next tier of items also, just going to give them another advantage. Roche back up in a minute and a half, and this forces 5ManMidas to feel like they need to make a move and press out on the map themselves, and now they're probably going to get picked again.
Exactly. They'll get some wards up as soon as possible. They need to just play around their vision. Problem is, you're playing against TA, against Clockwerk, two heroes that can just give you vision anywhere on the map in very safe fashion. So yeah, 5ManMidas have pushed their way out, maybe feeling like they need to play around Roche. Roche won't respawn for at least another minute though, so it does feel like Sadboys are just gonna, you know, wait it out if needed. Probably not go for any kind of high ground play until they either win a fight or grab an Aegis.
True. Monster comes back bottom to deal with the pressure that was being mounted, and now we've got a Daedalus on TA. DNM is so farmed. I mean, you look at it, Troll is still up there as well. And what would it take on Lies to sort of allow him to find a game in this? Is he always just going to be playing behind because he's going up against the Razor, or like, does he have a window here where maybe he could try and like blow up Fear maybe?
I think, I mean, his farm-wise, he's on par. He's done his job. He's out-farmed the enemy carrier. I think it really comes down to his teammates enabling him in these fights, which is going to come down to Mars getting a really good arena spear onto a core hero. Ideally, it's the Razor or TA, as well as Shadow Shaman. Like, the Shadow Shaman needs to somehow not get caught and hit these shackles and hexes onto key targets, because Troll is going to rely on his teammates for the disable to get these kills.
Okay. I can dig that. Monster getting chased a little bit here, and Rocket Flare hook shot connects, and will lose the Mars most likely here as tries to waddle away. Okay, shackles coming from Aikster, and they actually keep him alive, so salvaging their team. 5ManMidas not giving up.
This does mean they left their high ground triangle, which is where they're playing for so long. Their ward could be in jeopardy. They really want to play around that Roche triangle because that's where they have vision, and as soon as they save monster, they immediately head back there. They want to grab bounty runes. They probably want to. They need to deward these traps.
Right.
And they want to they're saying their last hurrah to me is going to be this Roshan. They want to try and contest it.
Okay. In the meantime, Sneyking is trying to work his way towards an Aghanim Scepter. I mean, that's the other problem, right? Is like, yeah, it's good to talk about how well Troll is doing, but at the same time, Naga's ahead of the Invoker in terms of farm right now.
Yeah.
Which is how Troll has been able to stay so high up in farm, is at the expense of everybody else, pretty much.
I mean, even with the Aikster, it does pierce spell immunity, but I believe you can still dispel it with the Troll,
Radiant's
so
bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think you're too afraid of the Aikster, unless I'm wrong about that mechanic.
For what?
For the Naga Aghanims, with it pierces spell immunity, but you can still dispel it.
Right, that's a good point. You should be able to. I guess that you're reducing the cooldown pretty freaking low as well, though.
Oh yeah, that cooldown is crazy.
Dire are scanning.
Cast range by 400. It's nutty. Oh my god, just 2 shots. The poor old Shu. And now looking for more. Wait, he's gonna buy back. They're gonna take this fight. Okay, Ward's dropped down onto PPD. Catching him now in the jetpack, but the song comes out. Ward's still doing work in the midst of that. They're gonna kill all the wards and now drop the Meteor Hammer right on the poor old Invoker's head as the net is there, disarmed, chased down, dead.
So, you know, Troll BKB fought into the Razor, was losing his damage, which was bad, and I was like, okay, this doesn't look good for him. He can't fight into a Razor. And then he suddenly got 2-shotted by a TA. DNM's TA is absolutely out of control at this point, obliterating fools, and yeah, I think the problem here is that Sadboys just have too many threats in these fights, and the real carry does seem to be DNM's TA. 7-0 and 8, Fierce 7-0-13. Just flawless performances from the Sadboys carries.
Yeah, and like you said, this is also emblematic of a team that is built around like trying to play things safe. They don't expose their cores to that much risk, and you know, they're paying dividends now. They're carrying the game for them.
Yeah, it's a playstyle where I will back Sadboys against any of the teams they're favored against. Where I feel like they're going to struggle is some of the opponents where they're on maybe more even footing, because sometimes you have to take risks to win Dota games, especially when you're versing an EG or Quincy crew. But even against the Undying and poor Zoomers, I think Sadboys' play may be too conservative.
I could agree with that. I mean, maybe that's also something that they change as we're going to see Monster get blown up here inside of his arena. That's something that they might change when they play against those teams too, right?
Yeah.
They might play more aggressively.
Yeah, I would love to see that. And you look at their players, DNM, this guy used to be a carry player. Fieri is a very tempo-based carry player. These are people and players who are happy to play that aggressive style of Dota, I feel. And definitely looking forward to some of those future matchups as Sadboys pretty much going through the motions here. 25k gold lead, you know. There might be one last-ditch effort from 5-Man Midas, but this game feeling pretty over.
All right, trying to kill Fear. He runs away, and now draining the mana from Lies, in some trouble. Jetpack his way out, and meanwhile, Aghanim Scepter, Lies, ooh, just barely able to escape from that one. But it is going to be the song of the chase down as BKB comes out. Aikster, oh, the Ghost Scepter TP out, all right. Fancy dance moves on his way out of there.
Yeah. It's like, let's get, it feels like, yeah, they did some nice jukes and 2 of them TP'd out when they should have died, but their base is still in trouble.
Hey man, you gotta.
Oh, I got hyped for that 2 game, don't worry.
I just like the dance moves. That's all I can focus on. It throws out the spear.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's feeling rough.
True enough. And
You can see the individual skill, but, you know, ultimately the overall game plan has not worked out at all for 5ManMidas.
Right. Well, and I think that that's sort of what they were talking about. Like, in the most uncharitable of, like, sort of contexts that you could take that Moo interview from. He's like, they lack knowledge. But I think really what he was probably more talking about was like the like execution of drafts and, you know, how to play around the map, how to set up lanes correctly. Like, you know, how many times has PPD and Fear picked Razor in their Dota careers? They know how to play with this hero. They know how to win with this hero.
And I don't imagine in 5ManMidas's prep for this series, you know, all these teams, you have like a full week to prep for a lot of your games. Like, they're going to run through mock drafts. I don't think they ever imagined a Razor pick was going to come out.
Right.
So this probably caught them totally by surprise. And
Radiant's top tower is under
also the
attack.
TA versus Invoker matchup. Like, it just feels like, you know, 5ManMidas talked about laning stage being their strength. They've looked like the worst laning stage team in the NADPC with these 2 games. But they're not a bad laning team. They just got outdrafted.
True enough. Yeah. Impressive performance from Sadboys and PPD doing the drafting, and you know, everybody else that I'm sure was speaking about it, as there are a lot of big voices on this team. Letting people know what they want to pick and what they want to play. Man, Sneyking, how happy do you think he's been this game? They made him play Lion last time. Now he's like one of the top net worths. Level 20, has an Ags.
I don't know what kind of player Sneyking. I feel like the Lion's more fun, even though you have less farm. It feels like you can do more, but at the same time, getting farm is a lot of fun.
That little dopamine injection with the you know, clink sound of gold.
Oh yeah, and it's happening everywhere on the map with your illusions.
Exactly. All right, another disarm, the ice wall down, trying to slow things as much as possible. I do like the, oh my god, BKB just comes out from fear and he doesn't care. The ice wall shard is cool.
So gets the Ags Razor for some building hitting. They just take the tower, back off. Aegis will expire in 45 seconds. So very, like, even now, even with a 30k gold lead, they play it methodically. Razor just pops BKB to take a tier 3 and then back off. They don't even go for the Rex.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? Because, like, you know, this is sort of the spiritual successor to the Business Associates team, which I always thought was one of the more interesting, like, names for a oh, DNM. Oh no, get on down from there, buddy. I always thought it was one of the more interesting names for like a team, just like acknowledging that like we're here to do business, we're here to, you know, take care of things, and that sort of feels like this Sadboys roster as well.
Yeah, they're not here to, you know, entertain the viewers. They're here to get the win.
True enough. Timeless Relic and a leveler. Oh god.
There we go. That's the end they were hoping for.
30-minute mark comes around as the next tier of items are available, and they decide to go and just claim the rest of them and then go high ground or what have you. Interesting, nobody's taking the Paladin sword. I feel like that item's super good.
On the dire side?
Yeah.
It's for the heroes. It's not really a good item for Razor. I mean, it's okay on TA, I guess, but they don't have that like life, like the troll Paladin sword is your life stealing, but Razor now with a spell prism, that's a little item for him to have.
Very cool. Another spread out. They're gonna try and find Mr. Monster. They're pinging. They know where he's at. Hello again. Oh, BKB. Nothing to break it. Give him a little love tap on his way out the door.
Yep. Snaking's Naga with a basher, going all in on the lockdown, the control, the BKB piercing control. It's like, all right, you're going to dispel my ensnare. Well, I'm going to lock you down one way or another.
That's right. Oh, it's devastating. They have a spell prism now also on 5ManMidas. All right, let's see if we catch anybody here. Shu digs up a creep, trying to get away from it. PPD saw it head into the pit, and Shu gets the TP out. Okay. They're doing a good job of dodging the ganks. Oh, Song though, they catch him. He hadn't TP'd yet though. All right, doesn't matter. X. And dead. Oh my god, he bought a Midas. RL
on.
Oh, wow. Dreams for the future.
Yeah. Can they get 5 Midases? Be true to their name. You know, I think he's actually being serious about this Midas pickup. It's like, what do you actually buy in this situation? How do you, he's probably thinking, okay, they probably know they're down like 30k gold right now. They don't know the exact number, but they can tell it's a lot. And realistically, 1% chance of winning this game is, sorry, not EG, Sadboys just diving and playing too aggressive, and this game, like, they're not going to win this game unless it goes 60 plus minutes. So having a Midas is totally fine. At the same time, it's still a, you know, 0.1% chance of winning this game.
True. I think the bigger thing probably is just that like added XP that he needs, right? Like level 16 at this point.
That's a good point. Yeah, they're really stuck in their base, so totally makes sense. Even just getting another couple of levels. Points in Exort is what you need late game, because that's where all your damage come from. I actually think he's gotten way too many quest points. Most invokers I've seen will go max out the Wex and only maybe stop at 4 or 5 quest points.
Yeah, for the double forged spirits or whatever you end up getting. But well, again, very methodical play coming out from Sadboys as they're waiting for that next Roche, farming up the entire map while 5ManMidas literally just stuck inside their base. They're gonna buy another smoke. They keep on checking Roche. It is possible to respawn now. And Monster's gonna actually just solo smoke and head up to the north side. Interesting.
Yeah, is he going? He's going for an Aegis steal, I guess. He wants to be in a highlight reel.
All right. The no blink Aegis steal. I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully it's, you know, play of the week, not a fail of the week.
True.
He's not even going for the creep waves. He's looking to steal the outpost? I don't know. He's gonna run right into the
Oh no.
And they're TPing it. I think they thought that he was like a 5-man smoke. That's why they're TPing it. They're like, oh crap.
Oh, look at it. It's all planned. Look, now they control their high ground again. It's all part of the plan.
I would love to ask him what he was planning there, because it looked really interesting. Like maybe he's trying to get behind the tier 2 tower and farm, like, you know, basically cut waves behind the tower.
Lies. Possibly KB. PP out.
Oh, it got cancelled.
Oh,
it's there.
now the
Yeah,
chase.
it's there.
And they caught everybody. Gotta run. Gotta hide. It ain't gonna happen. Demon. Can't open them down to BKB. And the route now on to Aikster. 4 dead. Chasing for more. Oh, RL. He's gonna be caught. He's held. And he is meteor hammered. And now he is dead. Everybody falling as Sadboys finally break through that pesky high ground, and Moo is over. He's like, come on guys, tier 4 towers, let's go.
Radiant's
Yeah.
middle tower has
He's got the poison attack on buildings.
Radiant structures
Whatever
are
it takes to end this game. I think Sadboys have probably
Radiant's
felt.
top barracks are under attack.
No, they're doing fine regardless. We can see some of the Invoker Midas timing.
So this was one of the latest ones. The GG is called 9-37 with a 47,000 gold lead in the end. And I think the result we expected, but I'm impressed with Sadboys, like you said, clarity of